When we consider the dynamics of human relationships, particularly between men and women, it's easy to overlook the complexities of how they truly understand each other. Society often focuses on surface-level interactions or relies on stereotypes, but if we dig deeper, we realize that women possess a unique capacity for seeing beyond the external. This is not merely an intuitive skill or a superficial judgment, it is something far more profound. Women have a remarkable ability to perceive the character of a man, not just from his actions or words, but from the subtle nuances of his behavior, his values, and his deeper intentions. This understanding is shaped by experience, by a sense of empathy, and by the emotional intelligence that many women naturally cultivate. It goes beyond knowing a man at face value. It's about understanding his heart, his struggles, and his true nature. In a world that often emphasizes external appearances and material success, it's important to recognize the power of deeper connection and insight. The way women truly know a man is far more complex and meaningful than many realize. There's a profound and often overlooked aspect of human experience that lies in the realm of intuition. Intuition is often dismissed or misunderstood as mere hunches or whimsical feelings, but if we look closer, we begin to understand that it is a deeper, more sophisticated process. In fact, it might be one of the most powerful tools available to us for navigating life and making decisions. When we talk about the intuition of women, we're not simply referring to an emotional response or a fleeting sensation. We're talking about an intricate, layered wisdom that is cultivated over time, shaped by experience, sensitivity, and an innate understanding of the world around them. Intuition is not just a passive feeling, it's an active process of connecting the dots that are not immediately obvious. It's a form of intelligence that goes beyond logical reasoning or empirical data. It allows individuals to perceive subtle cues and patterns that often elude the conscious mind. In the context of women, intuition is often sharpened by a variety of life experiences, from the demands of balancing relationships to navigating the challenges of motherhood, work, and society. These experiences shape an awareness that is both practical and profound. For many women, intuition becomes a kind of radar for navigating the complex social dynamics that surround them. It's about understanding people at a level that goes beyond words or actions, tapping into an unspoken language of body language, tone, and energy. This kind of insight can be invaluable in relationships, in leadership, and in everyday decision-making. It's not based on knowledge that can be easily measured or quantified, but rather on a sense of the unspoken truths that others may not even be aware of. Women often find themselves attuned to these subtleties, and it becomes a kind of superpower in their interactions. What's interesting about intuition is that it's not simply a random guess or impulse. It's a process that draws from the vast reservoir of knowledge, experience, and emotional intelligence that individuals accumulate over their lives. This accumulated knowledge forms the foundation of their intuitive understanding. It's like a vast, unseen database that is constantly processing information, making connections, and providing insights before the conscious mind even has time to catch up. This allows women to make decisions that feel right, even when they don't have all the facts in front of them. The depth of women's intuition is also connected to their ability to be empathetic and to understand the emotions of others. Empathy is a powerful force that allows women to sense what others are feeling, even when it's not expressed verbally. It's as though they have an innate understanding of what it means to be human, to experience joy, pain, fear, and hope. This connection to the emotional landscape of others enriches their intuition, enabling them to see beyond the surface and into the heart of a situation. Empathy and intuition are intertwined, each enhancing the other, and together they form a foundation for wisdom that is both practical and profound. It's also important to recognize that women's intuition isn't just about understanding others, but also about understanding themselves. Women often have an acute sense of their own inner world, their emotions and their desires. This self-awareness is an essential aspect of intuition, as it allows them to tune into their own needs and impulses. When this self-awareness is coupled with empathy, it creates a balance that allows for wise decision-making It's about knowing when to act and when to pause, when to speak and when to listen, when to push forward and when to step back. This kind of wisdom comes not just from rational thought, but from a deeper connection to one's self and to the world. The world often praises reason and logic as the ultimate tools for making decisions, but intuition is a force that transcends the confines of reason. It operates in the spaces between logic and emotion, in the realm of the unconscious mind where true wisdom resides. Women, through their unique combination of emotional sensitivity, empathy, and life experience, have a particular access to this form of intelligence. It's an ability to discern patterns and make connections that others may miss, to sense the underlying currents in a situation, and to understand things on a level that goes beyond the intellectual. In many ways, intuition is a survival mechanism, a way of navigating the world's complexities with grace and insight. It allows women to adapt, to make decisions that keep them and their loved ones safe, and to handle the ever-changing dynamics of life with wisdom. But it's not just about survival. Intuition is also a source of creativity and innovation. It's the spark that leads to new ideas, the guiding force behind artistic expression, and the subtle insight that drives progress in every field. The power of intuition doesn't just lie in its ability to protect, it also lies in its capacity to inspire and create. In our modern world where logic and reason are often elevated above all else, we must not overlook the power of intuition. It is a gift that resides within everyone, but it is often more pronounced in women due to their unique experiences and sensibilities. The depth of women's intuition offers us a glimpse into a world that is rich with complexity, insight, and understanding. It's a reminder that wisdom is not always found in the hard facts or the clear-cut answers, but in the subtle and sometimes mysterious ways that the mind and heart work together to guide us toward truth. Understanding the power of intuition is to acknowledge the profound intelligence that resides within us all. It's about recognizing that the unseen, the unspoken, and the intuitive are just as important as the measurable and the logical. Women, with their unique blend of intuition, empathy, and self-awareness, offer us a deeper understanding of what it means to be human. And perhaps, if we are willing to listen, we can all learn to cultivate and trust the power of our own intuition, allowing it to guide us to wisdom and insight in ways we may not have imagined. Emotional intelligence, or the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions and the emotions of others, plays a crucial role in how individuals interact with the world around them. When we think about relationships, particularly the connection between men and women, emotional intelligence becomes even more essential. Women, more so than many realize, possess an innate ability to perceive emotional cues, whether through gestures, tone, or unspoken expressions, that give them an understanding of a man that goes beyond the surface. This level of awareness is often disregarded, but it is profound, and it can't be overstated in its significance. Consider for a moment the complexity of human emotion. It's not just about what is said, but about how something is said, what's left unsaid, and how a person reacts in various situations. This is where emotional intelligence becomes a powerful tool in perception. It's not just about understanding feelings, it's about interpreting what lies beneath the surface. Women have been socialized in part to be highly attuned to emotional signals. From an early age, they are often conditioned to read people, to sense the subtle shifts in a person's demeanor, to pick up on the emotional undercurrents that might not be immediately obvious to someone else. And this is crucial when it comes to understanding a man, because men, much like women, are complex beings shaped by their upbringing, their experiences, and their internal struggles. In relationships, a woman with high emotional intelligence can read the emotional landscape of a man's life in ways that might elude others. She can sense when something is off, when a man is hiding his true feelings, or when he's in turmoil. This ability goes beyond mere intuition. It's a skill that comes from being deeply connected with her own emotions and being able to empathize with others. Empathy is one of the key components of emotional intelligence. It allows her to not only understand a man's feelings, but also to connect with him on a deeper level. Empathy allows her to imagine what he might be going through, to put herself in his shoes, and to respond with understanding and compassion. But emotional intelligence isn't just about understanding others. It's about managing one's own emotions as well. This self-regulation allows a woman to remain calm and composed, even in emotionally charged situations. It enables her to approach conflict with a level of maturity and grace, which in turn allows for better communication and resolution. When a woman is emotionally intelligent, she doesn't just react, she responds thoughtfully. She doesn't let emotions cloud her judgment, but instead uses them as a guide to make more informed decisions. This self-awareness and self-regulation are essential in her ability to truly understand a man, as they allow her to see beyond the chaos of the moment and focus on what truly matters. A woman's emotional intelligence also allows her to navigate the complexities of communication with a man. Men and women communicate differently, often due to the ways they have been conditioned or the roles society has assigned to them. A man may not always express his feelings openly or may struggle to articulate what's going on inside, but a woman with high emotional intelligence can pick up on the subtle cues, the body language, and the silences that accompany his words. She can sense when he's not being entirely open or when he's holding something back. This ability to read between the lines is what enables her to understand a man in ways that others may not be able to. Moreover, emotional intelligence allows a woman to approach a man with a sense of patience and understanding. Men, like all individuals, have their vulnerabilities, and emotional intelligence helps a woman recognize these vulnerabilities and offer the support and understanding that are needed. It helps her create an environment where a man can feel safe to express himself, knowing that his feelings will be respected and acknowledged. In this space of mutual respect and understanding, a deeper connection can flourish. It's also important to note that emotional intelligence fosters trust. When a woman is able to understand a man on an emotional level, she builds trust because she isn't just seeing him for what he presents to the world, but for who he truly is. She can look beyond the bravado, the outer layers, and the masks that many men wear and recognize the man beneath. This deep understanding creates a foundation of trust that is crucial for any relationship to thrive. Trust is not built on superficial exchanges or shallow observations. It's built on the ability to see someone for their true self, to recognize their flaws, their struggles, and their strengths. When a woman is emotionally intelligent, she doesn't just see a man's outer appearance or public persona, she sees the full spectrum of his humanity. But this emotional intelligence is not a passive skill, it's an active process. It requires constant reflection, growth, and awareness. It requires a willingness to look inward and examine one's own emotions and reactions. It's not always easy. There are moments of discomfort, times when emotions run high, and moments when a woman's understanding may be challenged. But it's through these experiences that emotional intelligence deepens and strengthens. And the more it's through facing difficult emotions and navigating challenging situations that a woman's ability to truly understand a man grows. In today's world where emotional intelligence is often overlooked in favor of intellectual achievement or material success, it's crucial to recognize the value of this skill. It's not just about reading a person's emotions. It's about connecting with them on a human level. It's about seeing them for who they are, not just for what they show the world. It's about recognizing the complexity of the human experience and offering empathy, understanding, and support. Women with their emotional intelligence have a unique ability to do this in a way that allows them to truly know a man, not just as a partner, but as a person. And in this knowing, there lies the potential for a relationship to flourish, to deepen, and to grow into something truly meaningful. There's something deeply compelling about the way women can sense things that aren't immediately visible, things that lie beneath the surface of words and actions. It's as if they possess an uncanny ability to read the silent signals that others might miss entirely. This capacity goes far beyond simply picking up on facial expressions or body language. It's an intricate, almost subconscious skill that allows them to sense emotional undercurrents, recognize unspoken desires, and navigate complex social dynamics with remarkable precision. While words and spoken language are powerful, they are only one part of human communication. The unspoken, the silent signals, hold a wealth of information that is often just as critical, if not more so, than what is said aloud. From the moment we enter the world, we begin to rely on nonverbal cues to understand those around us. This is an inherent skill that all humans possess, but for women, this sensitivity is often sharpened over time. Women, particularly those who balance multiple roles in society, whether as mothers, leaders, friends, or caregivers, develop a heightened awareness of the subtleties of human behavior. Their emotional intelligence, which plays a key role in interpreting these silent signals, becomes finely tuned through their unique experiences and interactions. Living in a state of psychic exhaustion means it is exceptionally difficult for a human being to extract meaning from the physical world. This is certainly true. One of the key factors that contribute to women's exceptional ability to read the silent signals is their capacity for empathy. Empathy is more than just understanding someone's feelings. It's the ability to deeply feel and connect with those emotions. Empathetic women are often able to pick up on the smallest shifts in someone's mood or energy. They can sense when a person is uncomfortable, anxious, or excited, even when those feelings are not verbally expressed. This sensitivity is invaluable in all types of relationships, from intimate partnerships to professional collaborations. In social situations, this ability to read silent signals can make women powerful communicators, even in the absence of words. They can gauge the dynamics of a room with remarkable accuracy, understanding not just what is being said, but also how it's being said. The tone, the pacing, the pauses between sentences. All of these subtle elements convey meaning that goes beyond the surface of the words. For women, these cues often provide insight into the speaker's true feelings, intentions, and state of mind. This skill can help them navigate difficult conversations, diffuse tensions, and build deeper connections with others. But it's not just about understanding the emotions of others. Women are also adept at reading their own silent signals. They are attuned to the subtle shifts in their own thoughts, feelings, and instincts, which allows them to make decisions that are in alignment with their deeper values and desires. This self-awareness is a key component of emotional intelligence, and it enables women to navigate the complexities of life with greater clarity and purpose. By recognizing their own internal signals, women are able to better manage their emotions, prioritize their needs, and take actions that support their long-term well-being. What's truly remarkable about this ability to read silent signals is that it's not necessarily learned through formal education or intellectual study. It's cultivated through lived experience, through the quiet moments of connection, the conversations that happen beyond words, and the many small interactions that accumulate over time. Women often find themselves in situations where they must rely on their intuition and emotional intelligence to navigate the complexities of human behavior. They do this without thinking, without conscious effort, simply by drawing on a deep well of knowledge and experience that they have gathered throughout their lives. There's also a certain universality to the way women read silent signals. While each individual may have their own unique way of processing emotions and cues, there's a shared human experience that transcends language and cultural boundaries. Women across different backgrounds and walks of life often demonstrate a profound ability to tap into this shared understanding, which allows them to connect with others on a deeper level. It's as if they possess a kind of emotional radar, able to detect signals that might otherwise go unnoticed. This capacity to read the silent signals can be especially important in the context of relationships. Whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or a professional relationship, communication is far more than just the exchange of words. The unspoken messages that are conveyed through body language, facial expressions, and energy are just as vital to understanding what's truly going on beneath the surface. Women, with their heightened awareness of these signals, can often sense when something is wrong, when someone is struggling, or when there's an opportunity for connection. They don't need to be told explicitly, they can feel it. Of course, this ability to read silent signals isn't without its challenges. At times, women may find themselves overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information that comes their way through these nonverbal cues. The more attuned they are, the more they might pick up on subtle changes in those around them. This can lead to a heightened sense of emotional awareness, which, while powerful, can also be draining. The constant flow of unspoken information can sometimes feel like a heavy burden, particularly when it's difficult to express or process these emotions in the context of everyday life. This is why it's so important for women to cultivate self-care practices and emotional boundaries so they can remain connected to their own well-being while navigating the emotional landscape of the world around them. There's also an element of trust involved in this process. Women often learn to trust their instincts and their ability to read silent signals because they know from experience that these feelings are grounded in something real. They've lived through enough situations where their intuitive understanding of a person or a situation turned out to be accurate. This trust in their own abilities allows women to take action, to make decisions, and to engage in relationships with a sense of confidence that comes from a deep understanding of both themselves and the world around them. This ability to read the silent signals is more than just an emotional skill. It's a survival mechanism, a way of navigating the complexities of life with grace and insight. In a world that often values logical reasoning and explicit communication, the ability to sense what is unspoken offers women a unique advantage. It's a reminder that while words are powerful, there is an entire realm of human communication that exists beyond them, a realm of intuition, empathy, and understanding that is just as critical, if not more so, for building meaningful connections and navigating life's challenges. Women with their innate sensitivity and emotional intelligence are particularly adept at reading this silent language, making them masters of an art that is often overlooked, but deeply essential to the human experience. Trust is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship, and it is especially significant when it comes to understanding another person, particularly a man, at a deeper level. Trust goes beyond mere honesty. It is the foundation upon which every interaction, every conversation, and every shared experience is built. Without it, there is no true connection, no understanding, no space for vulnerability. Women, in their wisdom and emotional insight, recognize the importance of trust in their relationships with men. But building trust, particularly in a world where it can be so easily broken, is not a simple task. It requires consistent effort, patience, and a deep understanding of both oneself and the other person. To begin with, trust is earned, not given freely or automatically. It is something that is cultivated over time through actions that demonstrate reliability, honesty, and integrity. A woman's ability to truly understand a man begins with trust, because trust allows her to see him for who he really is, without the veil of uncertainty or suspicion that often clouds human relationships. Without trust, every gesture, every word, every look can be misinterpreted, every action seen through a lens of doubt. Trust removes that lens and creates the clarity needed to understand the deeper layers of a person's character. For a woman, understanding a man requires more than just hearing his words. It demands the ability to perceive the truth beneath those words, the emotions he may not openly express, the intentions he may not always articulate. But for this deeper perception to take place, there must be trust. A man who feels trusted will open up in ways that a guarded man simply cannot. Trust creates the space for vulnerability. It allows a man to reveal his fears, his insecurities, and his true feelings without the fear of judgment or rejection. This vulnerability is where true understanding begins. It is in these moments that the complexities of a man's character are laid bare, and a woman can truly see him for who he is, rather than for who he pretends to be. A woman's understanding of a man is not just based on his actions, but on his ability to trust her with his innermost self. Without trust, men often feel the need to hide parts of themselves, either out of fear or because they don't believe they will be understood. In these circumstances, the potential for connection is stifled. A woman, in turn, must create an environment where trust can thrive. She must be patient, consistent, and reliable. She must be someone who is willing to listen without judgment, to provide a safe space for the man to express himself freely. This kind of environment allows for the exchange of emotional truths that go far beyond surface-level interaction. Trust is not built overnight. It requires a consistent demonstration of respect, loyalty, and transparency. Each action, each word, and each moment that a woman and a man share is a step toward either building or eroding trust. When a man sees that his trust is reciprocated, that his vulnerabilities are honored, that his thoughts and emotions are valued, something profound happens. The walls that once stood between them begin to crumble. The connection becomes real, and the understanding of one another deepens. This understanding is not built on assumptions or guesses. It is built on genuine insight into who the other person truly is. One of the most powerful aspects of trust is its ability to weather adversity. Relationships are inevitably tested by hardship, by mistakes, by misunderstandings. When trust is present, however, these challenges do not destroy the relationship. Rather, they become opportunities for growth. A woman who understands a man, who has built trust with him, knows that mistakes are not signs of failure. They are part of the human experience. Through these challenges, trust can deepen. It is in how a couple handles conflict, how they navigate misunderstandings, that the true strength of their bond is revealed. A man who knows that his partner trusts him, who knows that she believes in his potential, will work harder to prove himself worthy of that trust. Trust also requires vulnerability on the part of the woman. She must be willing to open herself up, to show her true emotions, and to be honest about her own fears, desires, and insecurities. In this openness, she creates a reciprocal space where a man feels safe enough to do the same. This mutual exchange of vulnerability is the basis for the deep emotional connection that forms the foundation of a solid relationship. It is through this sharing that a woman can understand the complexities of a man's emotional world, his thought processes, and his internal struggles. Step 4. Ensure that your answers are real. Furthermore, trust in a relationship goes hand in hand with emotional security. A man who feels emotionally secure, who knows that his thoughts and feelings will be met with understanding rather than judgment, is more likely to open up and be honest. This emotional security allows both partners to be their true selves, without fear of rejection or betrayal. It creates a space where the relationship can evolve, where both parties can grow together and confront life's challenges as a unified front. In addition, building trust is not about grand gestures. It's about the small, everyday actions that demonstrate reliability. It's in the consistency of one's behavior, the follow-through on promises, the ability to be there when needed, and the demonstration of respect in every interaction. Women, with their deep emotional intelligence, understand that it's these little moments that accumulate to create a foundation of trust that is unshakable.
8.
Trust is not something that is declared, it is something that is lived out every day. The process of building trust is ongoing. It is not something that can be taken for granted, nor is it something that can be easily rebuilt once broken. It requires dedication, integrity, and a willingness to be vulnerable. But when trust is built, it becomes the lens through which a woman can truly understand a man. It allows her to see beyond his external facade, to perceive the nuances of his character, his values, and his emotional world. I believe it is in this deep understanding, forged through trust, that a woman can truly know a man, not just as an individual, but as a partner with whom she can share the complexities of life. Trust is the foundation of understanding because without it, there is no true intimacy. It is the bond that allows two people to connect on a level that transcends superficialities and dives deep into the heart of who they are. When trust is present, a woman can see a man not only for the man he is, but for the man he can become. Flaws, strengths, vulnerabilities, and all. In this space, trust becomes the bridge between two hearts. And from that trust grows the understanding that forms the foundation of a lasting, meaningful relationship. To understand the intricate dynamics between men and women, we must first recognize that the deepest understanding of another person often comes from a place of compassion and respect. These qualities form the foundation of a meaningful connection and play a pivotal role in how women come to know men. It is through compassion, an ability to truly empathize with another's struggles, experiences, and inner world, and respect, the acknowledgement of their inherent worth and dignity, that women can forge deeper insights into the male psyche. Without these qualities, understanding another person becomes fragmented, superficial, or distorted, often failing to touch the core of their being. Compassion is an active, deliberate engagement with the emotions and experiences of others. It's not simply about feeling sympathy from a distance. It's about stepping into someone else's shoes, seeing the world through their eyes, and feeling what they feel without judgment or reservation. For women, this ability to open up emotionally and attune themselves to the experiences of the men around them is often enhanced by their innate emotional intelligence. It allows them to perceive more than just the surface-level behaviors or words. They sense what is unsaid, what is held back, the hidden fears, the silent struggles, and the unspoken needs that men often carry within. This deeper sense of compassion allows women to see men as multidimensional beings, far beyond the stereotypes and societal expectations that often shape the way men are viewed. In a world that often demands men to suppress their vulnerabilities, to act strong, and to embody a kind of stoicism, compassion opens a window into their true selves. Women, through their ability to tune into the subtle shifts in a man's emotional landscape, can see past the facade and uncover the layers of complexity that define his humanity. It is through this compassionate engagement that women begin to understand the depth of the male experience, which in turn fosters empathy, connection, and a more profound relationship. Equally important is respect for the deep, unshakable recognition that men, like women, are individuals with their own intrinsic value, worth, and experiences. Respect means not just valuing a man for his achievements, his strength, or his role in society, but also recognizing and honoring the vulnerabilities, fears, and aspirations that make him who he is. It's about acknowledging his humanity in its fullest sense, and this recognition allows for a genuine understanding that transcends simple judgment or expectation. Respect is not conditional, it's an unwavering acknowledgement of a person's dignity, regardless of how they behave, what they accomplish, or what role they play in the world. When women show respect for men, they are not just acknowledging the surface-level traits that define him as an individual, but they are honoring the deeper, often more hidden parts of his identity. Men, like women, carry with them complex internal worlds, shaped by experiences, emotions, and dreams. When these aspects are recognized and treated with respect, the foundation is laid for a connection that is rich, genuine, and deeply rooted in understanding. One of the significant ways in which respect shapes women's understanding of men is by allowing them to see the pressure and challenges that men face in a society that often imposes rigid expectations on them. There is a certain complexity to the male experience that is often overlooked or misunderstood, particularly when viewed through the lens of stereotypical gender roles. And because of this complexity, we cannot fully understand what is getting lost in the process of stereotypical gender roles. The pressure to be strong, to be the provider, to maintain composure at all times, can leave little room for men to express their true emotions or to seek help when they need it. By showing respect and compassion, women create a space where men can feel safe to reveal their vulnerabilities, share their concerns, and express emotions that are often buried beneath the surface. Through this process of compassionate engagement and respectful recognition, women come to understand that the male experience is not solely defined by external behaviors or societal roles. Men, like women, are multifaceted individuals, shaped by their own struggles, joys, and dreams. When women listen with empathy and respect, they allow themselves to see these dimensions more clearly. They begin to recognize the internal conflicts, the moments of doubt, the desires for connection, and the innate tenderness that often lie beneath the exterior. It is in these moments of mutual understanding that real relationships are built. Relationships that go beyond surface-level exchanges and instead nurture a deeper bond based on mutual recognition and care. Additionally, compassion and respect also empower women to encourage men to express themselves more fully. In a world that often stifles emotional expression in men, women who offer compassion and respect can create a space where men feel more comfortable being open and vulnerable. This is critical for fostering trust and understanding in any relationship. Men often struggle to articulate their feelings, particularly when they fear being judged or misunderstood. Through compassionate listening and respect, women offer men the opportunity to share their innermost thoughts and emotions without fear of ridicule or dismissal. This open communication is key to forging a deeper understanding between the two genders, as it allows both parties to see each other as human beings rather than as stereotypes or roles. Furthermore, this compassionate respect fosters an environment where growth and mutual support are possible. Women who understand the challenges and complexities men face can offer encouragement and guidance without criticism or condescension. They can create a safe space for men to explore their feelings, their aspirations, and their vulnerabilities. This level of emotional support and understanding enables men to develop a greater sense of self-awareness and confidence, as they know that they are valued for who they truly are, not just for what they provide or achieve. The respect they receive allows them to feel empowered to grow, change, and evolve into their most authentic selves. In turn, this dynamic creates a sense of balance and harmony in relationships between men and women. When women approach men with compassion and respect, they build a foundation of trust and mutual understanding. Men are more likely to open up, to express their needs and desires, and to engage in a more profound emotional exchange. Women, through their compassionate and respectful approach, become catalysts for this growth and emotional expansion. They help to create relationships where both parties feel seen, heard, and valued, not just for what they contribute to the relationship, but for who they are as individuals. In the end, the role of compassion and respect in how women come to know men is central to the development of authentic, meaningful relationships. These qualities allow for a deeper connection, one that transcends superficial interactions and dives into the complexity of human experience. When women offer compassion and respect, they invite men to step into a space where they can be fully understood, where their vulnerabilities and strengths are equally valued, and where emotional intimacy can flourish. It is through this shared space of understanding that the bond between men and women becomes stronger, more resilient, and more capable of withstanding the challenges of life. In the end, women truly know a man not by the surface-level traits or the roles he plays, but by recognizing the depth of his inner world. Through compassion, they sense his struggles, his dreams, and his vulnerabilities. Through respect, they honor his inherent worth and complexities, allowing for authentic connection and trust. It's in these moments of mutual understanding, where words fall short, that true knowledge of one another is forged. A woman who listens, empathizes, and respects a man can uncover his true self and in turn help him discover his most authentic expression of being. I wrote a book called The Man Who Knew Tim Ferriss, and that was based on